Terry got paid. Terry got paid. Next on Command This.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's show. It's June 28th, and Terry got his bag back up the Brinks truck for Mr. One, Terry McClaurin. Hey, first and foremost, I want to go on the record and say that I was skeptical. I did not think this team was going to sign him. I figured somehow there was going to be a way.
Negative Nancy.
Yes, I was a negative Nancy. I was dealing with,
Doubting Thomas.
Past experiences. So, once jaded, always jaded. But
non-believer.
This is great progress. I'm about results. Show me results. I'll change my opinion. And this is a great result. So, hey, tonight, I'm your boy, Steve. We got Dev on the intro, and we got Phil tonight. So, fellas, initial thoughts before we go down to the contract. Phil, start with you. How do you feel about Terry being signed?
I feel great. I feel like we paid him really where his market value is relative to all the other wide receivers. In fact, I kept quoting the same range over and over and was right at the bottom of that range. So it was a solid deal for both sides, maybe even a little advantageous to the team.
Yeah. Dev, what do you think? What's your initial thoughts?
You're
muted.
Muted.
I'm glad Terry got paid, bro. I was excited about it. First, I was like, I don't know how much it was. But once I seen the guaranteed money in the years, made sense because he'll just be 30 and he'll get another contract opportunity. So I think it's a win-win for the organization. They get their captain, they get their best player for a longer term, and Terry gets his life-changing cheddar that he more than deserved.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Like I said, I was skeptical that it wasn't going to get done. I thought that Jahan Dotson was the insurance policy in case they couldn't get something done. And I don't blame Terry for holding out. I think we're all on the same page with this. I will never bag a player for going out and trying to get what they think they're worth, because the NFL will drop you in a heartbeat, but they expect you to perform to your contract. So I love seeing players get the best of teams from time to time. This is my personal opinion. This is Steve, because I feel like the players are sometimes the little guys in the game, and teams have all the power. So when they can flex in any sport and get a little bit out of their team, I think it's a good news story. With that being said, though, let's take a look at Terry's contract here. Let's break it down a little bit and see what it looks like. So as you can see right now, it's 3 years, $70 million. I've seen $71 million in some places. I think they're probably rounding up. $28 million signing bonus, which is awesome. $53,154,000 guaranteed at signing, with an average annual of $23,333,333. So 23,333,333. So let's get straight here, fellas. We have Terry for 4 more years. So he's finishing out his 2022 season on the last year of his rookie deal, making $2.79 million with a $250,000, $805 signing bonus. So that's good. We're getting him on the cheap this year. They haven't posted the numbers yet because it's probably still too early. So I'm digging those numbers so far. So, Dev, we'll go to you first. How do you feel about
Are y'all there?
Oh, Dev. We said the beauties of technology, people. Yep. Steve went Dev, how do you feel about?
I heard that, and then they got quiet.
And then we didn't hear anything you said after that, Steve.
Okay, I thought it was me. I was like, I sit there for a second, like maybe Steve froze.
No, just technology being technology. You know, I said $53 million guarantee that signing. How you know, what do you feel about that?
I don't feel like it's a great deal 2 years from now, man. 2 years from now, this deal is going to look like peanuts.
Yep.
If Terry is on the trajectory, that trajectory, what the fuck do you say?
Trajectory.
Yeah, if he's on the trajectory that we assume he's on, then this contract will be a minimum wage, so to say, for number one receivers in the next few years, anyways. So
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I wonder how much flexibility that leaves us for Payne or Sweat
Hey,
or Curl.
Payne, see ya.
Man,
See ya,
I
Payne.
don't want to see you. I want to trade him. I don't want to. I don't want
Yeah.
another third round fucking food stamp pick, man. I want a goddamn first round or second round pick, a guy that can start first day we get him. I want one of those kind of guys for him because that's what he was when we got him. You know, I want a guy I want equal talent or equal opportunity at getting talent. But I'm glad Terry got paid.
Yeah, it's all good. With Payne being on his way out, I think we all agreed that Payne should have been traded before the draft or on draft night for some capital and just move on. But yep, Terry got his bag. Phil, what do you think about 53 million guaranteed?
That's the way the league's moving towards more guaranteed money, with the incentives just being more of the appetizer and the sides, not the actual steak. I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. Bother me.
For third round pick, number 76 overall, and let's be real. And Dev, you've said this many times in the past. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 years old in about 3 months and some change. Okay, so probably let's just, for simple beer math, let's say before the start of the season, he's gonna be 27. So this takes him till 31, and that gives him a time for one more probably substantial deal. Depending how he performs between now and then, which I'm sure he'll probably perform well.
He'll probably outperform this contract. He'll get another one, and if there's a decline, he'll underperform that one, and that's fine because that's what guys do. But we've seen receivers keep going well into their 30s, and Terry's work ethic is not something that we question. So his ability to keep himself in shape and the style that he plays, which is not prevalent upon pure speed. Pure speed guys are the ones that you kind of worry about when they get older, when they start.
But he also runs a 4.3. He is a pure speed guy.
He's a finesse guy, though. He's very.
His game is always route running.
He's technical in nature. You're right, Phil. He doesn't have the most athletic ability. He is.
That isn't the one. That isn't the attribute that you think of when you think of Terry. Is his speed, even though he has it.
No.
Right. Yeah. I get what you're saying.
So because of that, I think that we may see Terry get another big contract from us in the future, and he may outperform that one or perform to that level, and then we'll have him till he's 35. And I hope so. I hope. All right. I've said it a million times. Art Monk.
Dude, that's what I was gonna interrupt you with. Art Monk. Just retire a skin. Don't go to the Jets. Like, it hurts so bad.
Art Monk is my favorite wide receiver, favorite player of all time. Just pure favorite player. Right? I would love to live to see the day, as I come back into focus, that somebody takes his franchise career receptions title.
Yeah. It'd be nice.
It'd be nice to see. It's going to be hard. 888 catches is nothing to sneeze at, especially in today's wild free agency. To have 888 receptions with one team, don't see it as much. But this contract shows that both Terry and the team seem to be pretty well committed to each other. Yeah. Because this was not Christian Kirk completely changing the market. This was not Tyreek Hill getting $30 million a year. This was Terry taking a deal that was in his wheelhouse. He got guaranteed money. It's not all guaranteed. And it's about what he's worth. If you really kind of look at it, at least by any reasonable expectation. So I think that, we may have, if he's this willing to take a deal like this now, we may be able to work out another one like this in the future with whatever the wide receiver market is in 4 years and go from there.
So great segue, Phil. So with that being said, let's just take a look at the overall values of wide receiver contracts. Devontae Adams sitting at 140 to lead us off. Tyreek Hill 120, Amari Cooper 100, A.J. Brown 100, so he's tied for third. Michael Thomas 96.2, Stephon Diggs 96, Mike Evans 82.5, Keenan Allen 80.1 million, Cooper Kupp same number 80.1, Christian Kirk 72, Kenny Golladay 72, and Terry McClaurin coming in at 70, although I have seen 71, but we'll just call it 70 for what's on the screen. I think it's right around where we talked about this a couple weeks ago. He's anywhere between 8 and 13, 14 as far as overall performance of wide receivers, right, Dev? I think it was pretty clear that Terry was not a top 5 wide receiver.
And I think it's funny. Yeah, I think it's funny that the Giants, now that I look at it, the Giants paid $70 million plus for Kenny Golladay.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So that's just phase 1. So let's break down real quick the actual average adjusted value. So if you're looking at this one, Tyreek Hill sitting at 30, Devontae Adams 28, DeAndre Hopkins 27.2, Cooper Kupp 26.7 million, AJ Brown 25, Stephon Diggs 24, and Terry McLaurin at 23.333333333333333. So if you look at the average values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 overall in average adjusted value for contract. I think that's fair, right?
It's about where it should be.
Yeah,
especially if you consider that some of those guys had contracts that were signed before. Other guys are going to get contracts later. That will probably knock down the list a little bit because, again, it's not just, are you the best, period? Are you the best at the time that you get your contract restructured or you get a new deal?
That's right. And Phil, I will always quote this to the day I die. Shannon Sharp said, you don't have to be the best player at your position to be the highest paid player at your position. It just has to be your turn. Look at this signing bonus. Terry McLaurin has the highest signing bonus in the NFL at $28 million. DeAndre Hopkins right behind him at $27.5.
That actually speaks volumes to the commitment this team is making to him.
Yeah, it does.
I don't want to ever hear anyone say that we're cheap and we don't pay.
We paid him more than Tyreek Hill. And it's correct me if I'm wrong. Tyreek Hill, for what he's used for, is a better wide receiver than Terry McLaurin for what he's used for.
If you go based on just fear alone of who you want to guard, Tyreek Hill might be number 1.
That's correct. You have to game plan strategically for Tyreek Hill in multiple venues, multiple avenues. But look at everyone below Terry. All the receivers we've been talking about lately. Cooper Kupp, $20 million guaranteed signing bonus.
Terry might just change the game a little bit.
I think he did. He reset the market for signing bonuses. Look at Garrett.
Would you consider that his signing bonus is the organization having so much faith in him to perform?
I think it is. And how rare is for this team, the Washington Commanders, previously Washington football team, and Washington Redskins, find a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, whatever round pick, mid round pick, and they just explode. Phil, you're the historian. How often have we seen that with this team? It's not frequent. I'll tell you that.
Wouldn't Reed be one? Reed?
Jordan Reed
But that's a position conversion. It's hard. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Yeah, I would Jordan Reed, but if you really
He's a
want
late
to,
guy, worked out, got a big contract.
if you really want to go back into history, this is it's kind of a Bobby Beathard move. They always drafted better outside the first round, which is why they never drafted in the first round. It really is more of a Bobby Beathard kind of move. They always the team never really hit much on the first round picks. They always did better in the mid rounds and the later rounds, especially. That was a Beathard thing. That was a Charlie Cashley thing too. It was free agents and mid round picks. And that's why I think a lot of people like Terry. Terry reminds us of the players that we all fell in love with as kids.
Yeah.
Even if you're a younger generation than ours, and you came up, on the mid 2000s teams, with your Clinton Portises and so forth. We liked those guys because they worked. They were steady. When they were in there, you knew you were getting something every game.
True.
And Terry's a guy who just puts in work, right? As much as I was joking a couple pods ago that Terry McClaurin must now becoming Ellie Suggs' favorite receiver because he's demanding money and that makes him kind of diva-ish. And we all know Ellie likes his diva receivers. It's not really who Terry is at heart. Terry's a guy he's that lunch pail guy. He comes to work.
That's it. He doesn't celebrate tremendously after big plays, touchdowns. He just gets right back to business.
We fell in love with that with the teams we had in his town. It's funny because we also remember the Fun Bunch, the Hogs, the Diesel, the Pearl Harbor crew. We had all these names, and all that. But in the end, those guys were still workers. We all knew they worked hard and played hard.
Yep.
And Terry seems to be that kind of guy. Like he's very, very art monkish.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk much.
And another point of order is that, this locks him up with Jahan for the next 4 years. We now have a 1-2 punch. And if Curtis is healthy.
What's Curtis? How many years he got left? 2 years left?
Curtis Samuel?
Curtis getting cut next year, bro.
He's so far down the list.
Curtis is getting cut next year, bro.
I think it's probably. You know what? He's so far down. I don't even know where Curtis Samuel lies. To be honest with you,
Unless he has no guaranteed money. If he has no guaranteed money, he's getting cut next year, bro. And yeah. I think he's going to show off.
There we go. He's a free agent in 2024.
2 years.
3 years, $24 million. He got a $12 million signing bonus.
What's guaranteed left though?
21
over 2 years. So he's got about it's not all in 1 year. So he's got guaranteed money every year.
So let's look at guaranteed at signing. So guaranteed at signing, Tyreek Hill is at the top with $52.5 million. Stephon Diggs, basically $48 million. D-Hop, $42.7. DJ Moore, $41.6. Amari Cooper, $40 million. Chris Godwin, $40 million. Mike Williams, $40 million. AJ Brown, $39.9. Mike Evans, $38.2. Christian Kirk, $37. Tyler Lockett, $37. Brandon Cooks, 36. Michael Thomas, 35.6. He's on a deal that's like 4 years old. Cooper Kupp, 35 million, and Terry McLaurin, 34.6 million. Now, when you put the practical guaranteed, it bumps it up a little bit. So
we got 50-something million guaranteed, right?
53 million guaranteed. So when you do practical guaranteed, Cooper Kupp's at the top of the list with $75 million guaranteed. Tyreek Hill at 72.2, Stephon Diggs at 70, Devontae Adams at 65.6 million, Michael Thomas at 60.5, D-Hop 60 million, Amari Cooper 60 million, AJ Brown 57.2, Mike Evans 55, Terry McLaurin 53.1 million. So
Terry got real wide receiver one money, but he didn't get Cooper Kupp money. He didn't get,
but it sounds like they made up for it in the signing bonus. We gave you the highest signing bonus of all wide receivers. That's pretty cool.
That's like, look, we don't think that you're at that level, at least not yet, but we think that you're going to provide a certain level of consistency that you may or may not get with some of these other guys. Here's a big signing bonus. Love it.
Another thing to look out for, Wentz isn't under guaranteed contract next year. $32 million can come off that cap.
No, it's certainly not. And I think they wanted some stability at wide receiver. So now you got your 1-2 punch guaranteed for the next 4 years, regardless of who's playing quarterback, whether it's Carson Wentz. I'm talking about after this season.
And next year,
whoever.
That Wentz trade is going to come down. It could be legendary for the turnaround of this franchise. Even if it doesn't work out, it could be the best thing because next year there's like 4 quarterbacks that would be easily number 1 this year in the draft.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there's other guys like Jackson and other guys that are free agents they can just throw money at. And they're gonna have $30-something million coming off the books.
Or we may have found our guy in Sam Howell.
We may have found our guy in Wentz, and it's only $30 million. $30 million for a starting quarterback is nothing now.
That's not right now. Remember when we argued about Kirk Cousins getting paid $19 million? How it was like, oh my God, it's so much money, dude.
I didn't think so. I was like,
y'all are dumb. Starting quarterback. Remember, Bruce or Scott wanted to sign him for like 12.5, and then Bruce said no. $12.5 million. They would accept it, but we digress. So Terry, when you look at the average adjusted value, he's sitting at overall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 7th. So the 7th highest paid wide receiver at average adjusted value at $23.3 million. He's below Stephon Diggs, AJ Brown, Cooper Kupp, D Hop, Devontae, and Tyreek, but he's above DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Amari Cooper, Chris Godwin, and Mike Williams. I think that's fair.
Do you think he's better than Amari Cooper and Godwin? Keenan Allen. He's not better than Keenan Allen.
I think
he's not better than Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's on an older deal. Yeah. Keenan Allen's on an older deal. He's not better.
Keenan Allen's only 28 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's on a 2020 deal.
I thought Keenan Allen was like 35 years old, bro.
No. He had a bad injury spell.
I thought that dude was like 100 years old, bro. He's like
I think 30. I think Terry's right where he is, right where he needs to be.
Honestly, you just asked a question about Amari Cooper.
I do not think he's better than Keenan Allen now, especially now that I know he's on 28. I do not think Terry's better than Keenan Allen.
I think he's not.
I think he's as good as Amari.
I think he may be a little better than Amari Cooper, to be honest with you.
Definitely got better hands.
That's a big part of the position.
Man, Amari Cooper's route running is legendary, bro.
So is Terry's.
It's nice.
Route runners
it's nice. It's nice, man.
Dallas gave a first-round pick to the Raiders to get him.
Yeah.
He's on an older deal too. His deal's almost 3 years old, and he's still up, near the top of the list for overall value and adjusted value. But
I thought Brandon Cooks was older too.
No, I mean, dude, that dude got his deal out of nowhere. I don't think he deserves the deal that he got.
He's super productive though.
He's
got bad quarterbacks too.
I'm with you. I feel like I thought he was like 35 years old. That dude's only 28.
Right. I thought him and what's his name was the same age, basically. I was like, them dudes in their career. I swear I thought he was like 32.
Dude, you ain't the only one.
Damn.
You are not the only one. So of course, when a player signs who's been not holding out, but when a player has been deserving of a new contract, it's always good to see teammates congratulate. And so let's take a quick look at what some of his teammates have said about Terry getting his bag. Let's check it out.
Said, I'm next.
Yeah. Antonio Gibson. Thank you. I was getting tired of that question. # big paid. So AG giving it up for old T-Mac.
Was that
Jeremy Reeves? Yeah, T. Worth every penny. Kelvin Harmon. Nobody deserves that more than 17. Ain't that the truth? Jonathan Allen, the man who he is now I think he's our face of the franchise. So when Jonathan Allen comes out and said, congrats, homie, you deserve nothing less. Good to see. DeAndre Carter, fellow wide receiver. Nobody deserves it more. Congrats, fam. It's pretty awesome. So that's just some initial reactions. Oh, let's not forget Charles Leno. Well deserved at the Terry_25. So
I'm waiting on my Charles Leno jersey to show up.
still hasn't shown up yet.
Nope.
Nope. I mean, I'm happy with the Terry deal. I'm glad we got it done. It's just we can put it behind us and we can go move into training camp in Ashburn here beginning next month and just get down to business. Now, a lot of people are saying it's going to happen right before training camp. You know what? It's done. I was skeptical. I didn't think it was going to get done just because of past history. I'm just very, I'm so happy it's done and it's signed. It's so awesome. I'm glad he's staying. John Allen and Terry McClaurin are two people that it's just cool that we're going to be building our franchise around those guys because it's different. This is a different feeling. We never really had those people in a long time. We haven't had those cornerstones and those, stalwart people as the core of this team. It's been forever. I can't remember since the Joe Gibbs first round era, since we have some of those core players. It's been forever. It's nice, isn't it?
Guys that you're going to build an entire identity around. We haven't had that, and you can build your entire franchise's identity around guys like that. And they are the types of guys that I think that they fit Ron Rivera's ideas of culture change.
Yeah.
They fit that. They fit that so well. That's why I really didn't think that this was going to be as big of an issue as people were making it out to be. Because I was like, Ron's going to make sure this happens. And of course, not just Ron, but I should say, Martin Mayhew.
Yeah. Shout out to our
like
GMs. Martin Mayhew and who's the other guy?
Marty Herney.
Marty Herney.
You have to give them kudos. They are the ones who worked those numbers. They made it happen. And that's why I didn't think it was going to be I was like, this is going to become such a non-issue in a couple of weeks. It's going to get done before camp. There's not going to be any kind of a holdout or anything like that. We can move on to more important things like winning. And I really think that we are going to be. This is the kind of thing. The fact we got it done early. It didn't drag on. It didn't become an issue. We can move on to football. I know that there's other things going on with this team, but it's not related to the on-the-field product. And that's what I'm worried about right now. It's the on-the-field product. And I think that guys like Terry McLaurin are the type that you will build contenders. You will build championship teams around guys like that as the steady Eddie Rocks that you need.
Right. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. But real quick, let's take a look at the overall impact. Now, I'm hoping this website is updated after the Terry signing. I don't know if it is or not, disclaimer. But it has the Washington Commanders sitting at 11th overall for salary cap. So it says we have $16 million left in the cap. I don't know if that's accurate based on Terry's signing. I am not sure. But
remember that's a contract.
That was 20-something million before.
So maybe that is. Remember they said they were making some room to make these things happen. So it's not too bad. We're sitting at $17 million that we can carry over into next year.
Pick up somebody.
Right. Maybe you get another free agent or two before the season.
Hightower's still a free agent?
Who?
Hightower.
Dante Hightower.
I believe he. I don't know.
But
I wanted to flash up my total cap space. But
discuss amongst yourselves.
Yeah. It's nice that if we still have $16-17 million in cap space, that's pretty cool going into camp because you never know who's going to get injured. You never know, it sucks to be one of those hamstrung teams that don't have any money left in the cap to sign someone as desperate. So it's good to have that cushion as you move into training camp. It happens.
Hightower is still a free agent.
Yeah, I just hope he's working out and he's healthy.
He is, because apparently the Patriots want him back.
Oh, well, they'll probably get him back if Bill Belichick wants him back.
They're kind of pissed that he hasn't re-signed with them.
Unless he wants too much.
That was 3 weeks ago. that they were like, we want him back, and still hasn't signed. So
interesting. Okay. Well, fair. Well, Dev, final thoughts on Terry's contract before we shut this one down.
Hooray, beer!
Yeah.
What happened to that guy, by the way?
I have no idea.
Him and the guy that did
Red Stripe.
Him and the guy that did the Cool Man or something like that. Remember that guy that Coleman cooler commercials? Back when people bought coolers that weren't styrofoam?
Don't know.
Or have Yetis on them?
Yetis are too expensive and overpriced.
Dude, I won at my last job. Like we had the company picnic was like a week before I quit. I won a big, large. It was like so big I couldn't fit it in my Hummer back seats. Yeti cooler. I sold it for like $300 on the way out the door.
What?
I wish I hadn't done that.
That thing was probably worth like a G.
What the fuck I'm gonna do with it? You know, I'm like, I bet it was, man. I sold it to this older lady, man. She was like, I want to get it from my husband. I got $300 cash. I was like, sold. I don't want to have to load this. I actually took my forklift and picked it up and took it outside. That's how big it was. An empty cooler. I had to use a forklift to take that thing outside, man, to the
nice.
To our truck.
Yeah. Phil, closing thoughts on Terry's contract.
I told y'all 23 to 25.5 was his range. We got him at 23.33. There was the argument that we should be paying him 30 grand plus was never a logical one. We paid him a logical salary. We gifted him a blessing of, we know you're going to perform with such a large signing bonus. This is how a competent front office works.
This is how we do it.
That's right.
And yeah, so everyone can take a nice deep breath and find something else to get mad about now.
Starting tomorrow, we will find something else because this is what we do. If you've seen the internship, that's what Chetty says.
Haven't you watched the news? That's what everyone does. It's not just us.
Hey, if there wasn't copyrights on YouTube, we would open up this episode with money, 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 money.
Everybody hates Dan.
So many money themed songs you could have opened this up with. But I'm happy Terry got signed. He's like I said before, he's such a core player. It's good that he's there, and I'm just happy we have him for 4 more years. I hope that he can play out his deal, and maybe we can re-sign him at the end of his 3rd year, so not have to deal with this nonsense again. Because you know what you're going to get with Terry. It's pretty clear. I don't know why it took so long to get where we are today, but hey, I'm happy. I was wrong. Thank you for proving me wrong, Ron, Marty, Martin. And
here's the thing: they kept saying the two sides were far apart, but they never said what they were far apart about, and that's what always made me go,
right, that bonus.
It was probably. I said, I don't think they're far apart on the number. I think they're far apart on something in the details, and they got it worked out. So
yeah, who knows what it was? I guess we'll probably never know. Terry, it won't come from Terry anyways, but
Dan's got to sell the team.
Yeah. All right, fellas, shout outs before we lock this one down. What you got? Phil.
Shout out to Dr. Ben, my foot doctor. Got me diagnosed with my
podiatrist.
No, orthopedic surgeon. Thank you very much. Wow. But no surgery needed. But I'm still limping around. I think I posted something on Twitter. If y'all saw, hurt my foot this weekend because I'm 39 years old, and apparently that's time for me to start getting old man injuries like bone spurs and arthritis.
I always wonder what kind of man wants to grow up to just touch other man's feet.
Maybe it's that fetish, that foot fetish.
To me.
Dev, you got any shout outs before we lock it? We'll close the thing down.
Shout out to, I don't know, man. I don't have any shout outs.
Yeah, and shout out to Chad Duke, who told me to no longer post pictures of my feet on the internet.
Oh,
that's the guy who grows up he goes to the foot doctor just for fun. That's where he hangs out at, so people touch his feet. That's what he told me.
Like that.
He told me, he said, it was funny because I had a picture that I posted, and it was me holding my can of Devil's Backbone, and my wrapped up bare foot was in the background. And he says, and he was doing his live stream. He's like, "Hey, Phil, don't ever post pictures of your feet again."
Proclaimed. Hey, shout out to Terry for getting his bag. Shout out to Coach Ron, and Marty and the crew. Like my new shirt says, New Rivera. Shout out to our man Fred Brown. I got this shirt from his storefront, Future of the Retro. I like as soon as Ron was signed, I got this from there. So shout out to Fred. Love the shirt. Haven't worn it in a while, but I figured I'd bust it out for this one. And hey, we appreciate you guys. If you haven't already done so, please like, follow, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate everything you're doing. Please tune in to our top fives. We're dropping those usually on Tuesdays. We're doing some Commanders talk today for Tuesdays because, hey, this is hot news. So we're dropping the next couple top fives will be the top 5 positions, skill positions on offense and the major positions on defense. So please stay tuned. A lot of good content coming, and we're not even in training camp yet. We are still in the off season. So we're working hard, trying to give you what you want. And we appreciate
Give you what you need.
Everything you guys do for us. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the flip. As always, peace and hail.